more we've been around and seen them. These are the things that these kids by myself, and I'm a good mama because of that. So you make poor choices, dig a hole, create some false narratives, and then pull yourself out of the hole that you dug, and then we're all supposed to say that you're a good parent because of that. Don't make sense. I did a one-on-one last night with somebody, and we talked about situations where mothers and daughters get into it, and or mothers are going through some stuff and they lose a stable place to stay, and then they immediately give the kids to their mama. Never once do we think like, let's go explain the details to the father and let him get them. It's like some sort of terrible thing. So it's like the options is my mama, and if something happened with my mama, my grandma gonna raise us.
I'm not even gonna lie. You really broke me with that, because I had to realize how I was moving. That's why I had to get away from that girl, because how I was moving was, nah, I ain't gonna ask him for nothing. I'm just getting on my own. Now, I tell my son, Daddy, quick, can you please help me with some wipes? I ain't got it right now. And he'll help me, and that has opened me up to be more of a woman too, and not have that strong demeanor of, and I won't do nothing but making shit harder on me. And that allows him to show up and be a parent and be a part of the process.
I'm going to tell y'all, it's so important that from a space of emotional management, you always nurture the truth in your mind. Nurture it. Meaning be willing to sit with it. Be willing to talk about it. Be willing to, express to yourself and those that are close to you the things in our community, the beliefs that go against accepting the truth. Because it will fuck you, and you will end up in that cycle with a lot of other people where you just play crazy like the stuff that's going on ain't going on.
Love, will you have a Zoom on problem solving? I think that's what it's called. Not problem solving, but like conflict resolution.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And I've done Zooms on that before, because in our community, like I said, these are things that we don't talk about. Some of y'all growing up, you can see your parents still at their big age. They don't have no conflict resolution skills. I'm going to tell y'all, like, it's so many people with the same stories as what we talking about. Fathers that their baby mamas done had the kids lie on them. Women that have just been dating men, and now the man can't see his children because the baby mama has made it seem like there is some sort of issue with this woman. And a lot of the situations, because I've experienced it, where you as the person that's needing to be supposedly vetted out is a better parent than they are. Your children are in a way better lifestyle and situation than they are. But our psyche tells us bullshit. It tells us as a po-ass, struggling, welfare-minded mother, I need to go vet out the doctor woman that my baby daddy is now with, because I'm some sort of great judge of character and great decision maker, even though my life looked like piss. It's crazy. And these are the narratives and the things that we tell ourselves. And really, like somebody said earlier, it's just bitterness. That's all it is. If you're a real woman, you able to say that. I don't like to see that nigga move on like he ain't do this, and this to me. It ain't nothing wrong with that. When I do Zooms talking to women, I talk to them about expressing jealousy. It's okay to say, I'm jealous that I'm doing the majority of the work with the kids and you off living your life. Call it what it is. This is going to free you. You know how they say the truth will set you free? It genuinely will free you when you're being truthful with yourself. And this is the thing. This is why so many men are not deadbeats. They just choose to walk away from the foolishness. And I am an advocate for walking away from the foolishness. When somebody go to line on you, accusing you of doing shit to a child that you know on God you ain't did, boy, if you don't get the fuck up out of there before them people have you locked up for doing some shit that you didn't do. When a motherfucker go to playing games and extending shit out to the point where it drain you and break you financially, my nigga, if you don't get the fuck up out of there, them kids gonna eventually be grown. You can attempt to connect with them then, and if you don't, so be it. So be it. Everybody got their own motherfucking cross to bear. And you gotta be willing to face in the end of your life the shit that you have created for yourself and your offspring. And a lot of stuff is a decision that needs to be made that it's memorable to the group. But without that decision, you wouldn't even exist to be a part of that group. When some shit starts to cause you to lose your human rights, because there are rights based on where you live, based on law, and then there are human rights. I mean, I don't give a fuck where you are. If you were a live, flesh, living human being, you have certain rights, right? And the idea is we have a right to a healthy mental space. We have a right to finances and being able to afford stability, the basics, feeding myself, clothing myself, being in a healthy mental space to be a productive member of society, the right to protect myself, the right to stand on my truth, the right to tell my story. I don't give a fuck if it's about kids, your mama, a bird, an ant. When things start to make you lose things that are your human right, nigga, if you don't get up out of there, get the fuck up out of there. Get up out of there. And this is what a lot of women are realizing. These niggas is getting the fuck up out of there. And they ain't giving a fuck whether you calling them a deadbeat or not. Bitch, you are crazy. You're crazy and you damn near got the kids crazy. And you know what? I don't have to deal with the crazy motherfucker that's going to make me crazy. Child and all. Baby, I am moving forward. And you will have to carry the cross for what you did to those children based on believing they only needed you or only you knew best. It's just that simple. Anybody that has had to do that, it ain't even nothing to feel bad about. You have to be able to keep a healthy mental space. Your psyche has to be able to move forward to where you are able to continue to exist, because you can't be a part of a community. You can't be nobody's daddy. You can't be a thought, right? When you gone mentally. You cannot.
Austin White said that in one of his interviews, and nobody don't really like him, but he had some truth to it when he said it. He was like, bruh, if she using your kids as a clutch to like kind of damage you, man, fuck them kids, leave them. A damaged mama. I forgot how he worded, but he was basically saying like a damaged mama do worse than an absent daddy.
Of course.
Like, man, when they turn 18, man, you can rekindle that shit. But in the minute between time, let her fucking deal with that shit. And it's like, people in the comments was like, that's fucked up to say fuck them kids. Y'all not looking at it on a level that he's saying it, in which he is right. Like, bitch, if you gonna fight me trying to pull up to my job, act crazy, won't start fights with my girlfriend, do all this dumb shit, parental alienate, man, fuck you and I'm sure. Bitch, you gotta deal with that. Put me on child support, bitch, I'll pay that little $300-400 a month. Bitch, and you gotta deal with all that. When it comes to doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, school clothes and all that, bitch, you better make that $200-300 work. I ain't doing nothing.
This is when you mature as a woman, you realize you made a big mistake by trying to set everything up where it's centered around you rather than setting up a community that surrounds the children. We're not educated on this type of stuff. And, you know, as I was saying in the other Zoom, a number was done on us by the government, by a lot of systemic things that we don't realize affects our mindset today. If you don't know how to play as a team, you will eventually not be on the team, or the people on the team aren't going to want to be on the team, and you'll be the only one left with the jersey. And that is what's happening. The other thing is, when children get older, they realize, you know, a lot of times that certain stuff went a particular way because of the temperament, the tone, the character of my mother who had custody of us. And although everything wasn't her fault, a lot of the stuff, now that I have to experience her, being that I'm grown, I see why it went in the direction that it went. And in the black community, you cannot say anything to your mother in regards to her doing anything wrong. So they never get the truth. They just assume that because it was never said to them, feel any sort of way. But when we go to therapy, when we have, you know, conversations, when I'm doing counseling calls, it is very much understood. This is why a lot of men, okay, you want to operate like that? I'm not finna break myself down trying to run behind you, I would go start another family.
And you know what's crazy, love? And that's why I love my mama, because she raw like that too. And I remember her saying, like, years ago, like, fuck them kids. Because it's done been some, you know, people that's been married into the family, people that, you know, my uncles done had kids with, and they'll try to use the kids against us. My brother going through that right now. And I had to tell him what you said. Fuck her. You know what I'm saying? If we trying to be there for, you know, my niece and stuff like that, and you got all these reservations and da-da-da-da, and your ass struggling. You the reason why y'all not together. You just don't want to be accountable, and you want to be a victim. And honestly, something that you said, and I had to sit back and realize it, because I'm on housing, I'm on food stamps, which I'm not going to be on this forever. I'm just milking the situation, that we got so much more than what these niggas out here getting. And the fact of it is, and that's why I looked at my brother, and this nigga was damn near ready to kill himself, because how she was taunting him with his daughter and all this type of stuff like that. Like, that shit is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
It's I'm telling y'all, some stuff, it ain't even worth the fight.
Not.
This whole concept of fight for your kids and all of that stuff, this is only true on a circumstantial basis, based on what type of other party you're dealing with. Because when you are just in a custody battle with somebody that y'all just don't get along, right? But this person does have ethics and certain standards about how far they will go. Yes, you can go to court. Y'all can document certain things about how each other behaves and let the court kind of settle it. Or it may end up working in your favor as the father, or even in your favor as the mother, based on that. But on both sides, when you have any one individual, that this motherfucker don't got no morals. They'll lie. They'll make the kids lie. They'll taunt, create situations, make people a problem, show up, insert themselves, damage key parts of your life. Bro, if you don't move the fuck on. If you don't move the fuck on from that silly ass shit. And to a lot of people, in regards to kids, it be a game. They get an adrenaline rush. It is something that it emotionally stimulates them to say, bitch, how about we went back to court and this happened? Bitch, how about that motherfucker tried to get the kids on Christmas? Bitch, we went out of town. Bitch, he ain't getting them. That motherfucker don't want to give me no money to help out it. Like, when you dealing with people like this, bro, if you don't get the fuck up out of there.
And love, that's what go back to that one friend where I said, like, she was an amazing mom on the surface level, as in all the kids had everything. You know, she took good care of the goddamn kids, damn near on the outside. But how she handled her baby daddy, I did not like that shit. She was like sunning the fuck out of him. Like, if he didn't do something the way that she wanted him to do it, she'll quick to take access. You know, treat his family any type of way, talk to him any type of way, because he didn't know his worth. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I didn't like that shit.
It is, you know, we tell ourselves this stuff, but even the statement, pick and choose when you want to be in your child's life. If I'm not the custodial parent and you on bullshit, I will pick and choose when the fuck I want to show up and not show up. I will pick and choose based on my fucking livelihood, my mental health, my ability to stay free. If you try to lie on me and get me locked up, I will pick the fucking choose. And I will look you and the kids in the face and tell you I'm picking the fucking choosing based on how crazy y'all acting over here. Like, we got to grow up with these conversations to the point where we realize a lot of it has to do with fucking feelings. It don't be having to do with no real issues going on. And I see so many children that he can't read. She ain't doing well in math. Your son done stayed back. Your daughter got a management of emotion issues, or she acting sexually promiscuous and she only 12. This nigga over here thinking he a gangbanger and he 11 years old. Like, you got bigger problems than to be going back and forth with your baby daddy about how much tangible dollars he should give you. Y'all should sit down and work together before you raise a fucking thug nigga and a prostitute. Like, there, at some point, the